My name is Carl Williams. I'm a staff attorney here at the American Civil Liberties Union of Massachusetts. This week has been a pretty spectacular one in terms of criminal justice in Massachusetts. What might be the largest number of cases maybe ever dismissed is in the process of happening in the Hinton Lab drug scandal in relation to the misconduct of, among others, Annie Dookhan. The Supreme Judicial Court came down with a decision in January, and as a result of that, district attorneys in eastern Massachusetts have come forward with lists to dismiss well over 20,000 criminal drug convictions. That is an incredible outcome from this Bridgman lawsuit that the ACLU filed about 3 years ago. I was a public defender for many years in Massachusetts, and many of the folks affected by this scandal were my clients. And I'll anonymize the story a little bit, not to put anyone's identifiable story out there, but I had a client who was convicted, or who was charged with drug crimes, and these convictions affect people's lives. These prosecutions affect people's lives. This woman, it was difficult for her. Ultimately, she lost her job for a very low-level possessory drug offense when she was held on the case, when we were litigating that case. That caused a lot of difficulty for her. It caused difficulty for her family. Ultimately, it caused difficulty for her to get other jobs once the case was resolved. And years later, we found out that her case was one of those handled by the Hinton Drug Lab, prosecuted by district attorneys here in Suffolk County. And so those cases were based on tainted evidence. So when we talk about the tens of thousands of cases, this is really made up of individuals, and each one of these well over 20,000 individuals has their own story and is hurt by the collateral, the community-based consequences of these convictions. And I think that's an important thing to remember when we see the dismissals coming from the district attorney through the Supreme Judicial Court. Public defenders can tell you the real stories of their clients whose lives have been thrown into panic in a lot of times. And those people have waited, some of those people have waited over 10 years, right? This scandal, the actions in this case started in 2003 and went on for about 8 years to 2011. So that's, for some people, 14 years to get some satisfaction, to get some measure of justice. We ultimately can't arrest our way out of the war on drugs. I think this mass dismissal of, again, well over 20,000 cases is something that shows that the war on drugs was failed from the start. We need to look at this as a public health problem, and that's a story that public defenders, that people who are affected by the war on drugs can tell. And I think the end of it for me is ultimately this will lead to more people in our Commonwealth being able to live free and just lives. And that makes us here at the ACLU really happy.